Welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Today Working in the Garage. I got the heaters going because it's cold out. It's not funny. Stop laughing. Anyways. Yep. Not that one. This one. We got to finally get this thing all buttoned back up. We got to get it running. So today's video, we're going to get this thing boom for a second time. Intro. So our last video, we left off with it getting in here, pretty much all bolted down. Bell housing bolts are all completed. Motor mounts, I still got to put one of these little bolts you can see right here on the bottom on both sides. We'll figure that out here. Got to bolt up the exhaust starter, tighten up everything. Torque converter's got to get hooked up to the flywheel, but that shouldn't take too terribly long, I wouldn't think, but I don't know. So then we're going to drop the intake on, put all the wiring back together, and then not do the cooling system just in case this thing is a pile of junk again. And we're going to fire it up, hear it run, watch it build some oil pressure, and then hopefully we'll just put all the other stuff back together with that needs to go back together on it. So for those who don't know, Power Tour just released their schedule to the Platinum folks, not us peons. They've announced the route. So it looks like Atlanta, Charlotte, Rockingham, Bristol. I don't know, there's 5 stops in there. Google it and you'll figure it out. But my plan is Angus is going to be my Power Tour vehicle today. Yeah, vehicle this year. So we got a lot of work, obviously, we got to do to it. So motor, you kind of need one to go. Yeah. Plan B is going to be Impala. We'll see. Anywho's, let's get into it.
Enormous, instantaneous.
Well, really quick, here's where I'm at. Boop. It's all put back together. Just go to throw the spark plugs in, fresh out of the box. Check that out. Can you see it? Can you see the gap? Lack thereof. I mean, that's kind of a tight gap. That's like 1,000th. It's supposed to be 40,000th. So, just goes to show, make sure you gap your plugs before you throw them in there. And yeah, way to go. But this could be just as something as simple as it falling in the box and then hitting, whatever. So I'm gonna gap these up, throw them in, and next shot we should try to fire this guy up. Well, here it is. Bolted up, everything's hooked back up, power steering's hooked up. I jumpered the transmission line just because I don't have the radiator in. I don't obviously have that in because I don't want to take it all back out just to have issues, but I did hook up the exhaust because that was simple enough. I'm going to take off the rubber off up here, slide that one on, just so I have mass airflow sensor, and we're going to fire this thing up. So let me do that really quick and then we'll get into firing this up. Well, hey, I'm back. She fired up, ran great. 40 pounds of oil pieces in it. Unfortunately, my video here, I don't know, it wasn't recording. But since it's a new day and I'm in the garage again, and I don't want to be exhaust fumed out because I've got it heating up, I ain't gonna fire it up. Sorry. We're gonna put the thing back together though, get it running again, hopefully drive it today. Hopefully. Just a quick test spin. So, there's where it's at. Yep, it fired. Got to put the radiator in, coolant in it, get some PS fluids in it, hook everything back up on the top end, double, triple check stuff out. Then yeah, we're gonna fire it up, get it up to temperature, make sure the cooling fan's hooked up. I do have some new connectors that I'm gonna put on the cooling fan so I can just clip them on and off and not have to worry about that. So we'll get those in there. Make sure any little miscellaneous things are hooked up. The sensor, I gotta finish screwing that in, plug it in. I did get a majigger thingy, tapper thingy for this side of the head to go in right there, so I can plug in my coolant temp sensor for right here, so we can keep an eyeball on that. So yeah, got lots and lots and lots and lots to do, so let's do a time lapse starting right now. So it's all back together. Intake's there. I did put that little plug onto the fan, kind of tucked it into the bottom part right there so it's out of the way. Gonna have to do something with that wiring. Yeah, right now it is what it is. Got to top off the coolant. Everything else is all buttoned up. Shroud's buttoned back up. Intake is all there. Hoses are all hooked up. Good to go. Yeah, she ain't going anywhere. Is that what they say? Yeah. So now all we gotta do is put some coolant in it, fire it up, and let it run. Get hot. Hopefully it gets the temp. I couldn't put my gauge on here because the thing that I bought, let me show you. Bought this little billet thing that's supposed to screw in the side of the block. And then I figured that that would be into there and over there, but it didn't. So I don't know. I'll come up with something else for that. Well, for right now, I'll just keep an eye on it. Temp gun, boil over, you know, see if the fan kicks on, all that fun stuff. Okay, let's see what she does. Prime the pump a little bit. Cooling fan just kicked on. Perfect. So that means that everything hooked up over here is good from the little temp sensor on the computer. And just like that, hood's back on. Wiped off the windows really quick. Don't have wipers. Tried putting the ones from the cab on there and blades are junk. We're gonna back this guy out, take it for a first run. Well, unfortunately, I ain't going very far. Just got her out of the garage. Trailblazer right there, I went to move it. We got freezing rain, and I jumped in it, went back like 4 feet, and it went whoosh, down to the end of the driveway into the street. I don't think a two-wheel drive LS swapped square body is going to move too far. However, we did back it up about a truck length. Rear end of it's hanging out of the garage, so that's neat. That'll give me room to clean up in the garage because it needs to be done. So, but hey, we got her back up and running. I'm gonna call it a win. Heated up, went through a heat cycle, cooling fan kicked on. We got a lot of stuff done to this thing, but there's a lot more to be done. I got a whole interior I got to deal with, and I got to figure out gauges and, you know, the whole steering wheel thing here. Just, it's nice, but that's not so much. So thank you to all the new subscribers, everyone who's liked and commented and made suggestions. Appreciate it all. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, share, comment. Stay tuned. Got more Angus. Plan's going to be for this is going to be the 2023 Hot Rod Power Tour Chariot. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next time.